Hi, I'm John Verry, Principal Consultant at Pivot Point Security. We're a premier partner of All Covered, the IT Services Division of Konica Minolta. Welcome back to the Konica Minolta Legal TV Network. Things are a bit different in the legal vertical from an information security perspective than they were just a few short years ago. The most notable shift is the need to be able to demonstrate that you're secure and compliant to key stakeholders, including your partners and, most importantly, your clients. By now, you likely also have added a new word to your legal lexicon, ISO 27001. What does this shift mean to you? The goal for this episode is to address that by answering three fundamental questions. One, what is ISO 27001 and why are you hearing so much about it? Two, should our firm be considering ISO 27001 certification? And last, are there other alternatives for us to consider? Other ways that we can show that we're secure and compliant. Now, ISO 27001 is an internationally recognized standard for building and operating an information security management system that ensures that you're managing your firm's information security risk, including regulatory compliance risk, in a reasonable and appropriate manner. You're hearing a lot about ISO 27001 because vendor risk management practices in most industries are maturing very rapidly, in part because of the significant security breaches we've seen over the last several years. As businesses become more and more interconnected, we see that a breakdown in security at a refrigeration company can result in a $1 billion breach for a retailer. ISO 27001 certification gives your client an easy way to ask if, and you an easy way to respond to, are you secure? You're also hearing about ISO 27001 because it's being actively promoted by the legal industry as a whole. ILTA's LegalSec Council has advocated its use as the de facto information security framework for law firms. It's gained a significant amount of traction over the last few years, with many firms either already becoming certified or currently working towards certification. Last, ISO 27001 is the world's most popular way to demonstrate security. More than 20,000 organizations worldwide have chosen to get ISO 27001 certified, with hundreds of thousands more using the framework as the basis of their security programs. ISO 27001 is great if you're looking for a proven approach to information security that simplifies the process of demonstrating you're secure and compliant. But it's not all roses and rainbows, right? Getting to the point where you're ISO 27001 certifiable is a lot of work, and it can cost you a lot of money. So for most law firms, the primary driver to move towards 27001 is client demand. It may be that you have an existing client that is increasing the diligence of their vendor risk management practices. It may be that you have a new client RFP you're responding to, which states that ISO 27001 certification is preferred or required. Or it may be that you're looking for a competitive differentiator from a marketing perspective. Being serious about security in today's marketplace can definitely be a competitive advantage. There are certain verticals where 27001 is more widely used. At this point, most of the major banks strongly prefer that key vendors, including law and e-discovery firms, are ISO 27001 certified. Healthcare and technology firms are also strong advocates of ISO. We're seeing it more widely used in the pharma industry, as well as the automobile industry, as well as in federal contracts. As you might imagine, based on what we just covered, most firms with 200 plus lawyers already recognize that it's not a matter of if, rather when, they're going to get ISO certified. But what about smaller firms, or even very small firms? The key question is still the same. What is it that your clients are asking for? If your clients are predominantly individuals, let's say you're a family law practice, it's highly unlikely that they're going to be asking you for any form of attestation at all. Of course, that doesn't mean that you don't want to be secure. It only means that you'll have less need to prove it to your clients. So such firms have a fair degree of flexibility in how they approach security and attestation. If your clients are predominantly SMBs, they're also not likely to ask you for attestation. The one exception would be those clients who are working for larger firms that are asking them for attestation. In this case, they may ask you for some proof you're secure. You may be able to get by with something as simple as a penetration test, although it's possible they may ask for some form of third-party security assessment that takes a deeper look at your controls. In this case, you're going to need to begin to align your security with good guidance, most likely ISO 27002, which is the list of controls that an ISO 27001 management system uses to effectively manage risk. If your clients are predominantly SMEs, they're pretty likely to ask you for attestation, so it's less likely that you'll be able to get by with something as simple as a pen test. It's more likely you're going to need to fill out a more thorough questionnaire, or that they're going to ask you for a third-party security audit against good practice. Larger SMEs may ask even for a more significant third-party audit, such as a shared assessment, AUP or agreed upon procedures, a SOC 2 audit, or an ISO 27001 certificate. SOC 2 is similar to ISO 27001, but it's a bit less comprehensive and costly. It's an AICPA standard, so it's more likely to be requested by and or accepted by clients that are US-based. As we have already alluded to, if your clients are predominantly Global 2000, it's virtually certain that you'll be asked for a significant form of attestation. As a law firm, you may consider a SOC 2 audit, but with ISO 27001 being the de facto standard for the legal vertical, that's likely where you should go. The key at this point, for any firm, is to put together a strategy of addressing increased risk, more significant compliance requirements, and more challenging client attestation requirements. Getting to a point where you're demonstrably secure and compliant is going to take some time. So the time to get started is now, before it costs your client. Working with the all-covered legal practice assures that you're getting the best possible guidance to address both your security and compliance requirements. So how should you get started? For more information, you can reach out to your local all-covered legal reps by emailing legalteam@allcovered.com. Thank you for tuning into the Konica Minolta Legal TV Network.